Hi, welcome back to another conversation that we'll be having with the City of San Angelo's Development Corporation. For those of you who have never tuned in before, why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, yes, thank you for having us. My name is Miranda Barras. I am the Economic Development Coordinator for the City of San Angelo Economic Development and also the Corporate Secretary for the Development Corporation.
Lots of stuff,
Yes.
Nora does it all. I'm Desiree Johnson. I am the Director of the Angelo State University Small Business Development Center.
Awesome. Why don't you guys, for those that have never tuned in before, give us kind of a rundown of who you are, what this partnership looks like, and what that means to the City of San Angelo.
Okay, well, for the City of San Angelo, the Development Corporation, they purchased a building, which everybody knows, it's the Coca-Cola building, the old Coca-Cola building, but they purchased this building, it's a business resource center, and in this building we house ASU Small Business Development Center, and then also the Business Factory located upstairs. And that's a wonderful program for our local entrepreneurs to be a part of, especially if they are wanting to lease an office. But we also have our other partners who is Workforce, Downtown San Angelo, Howard College, ASU, who else am I leaving out?
I think that's everybody.
I think that's everybody that all work together in regards to economic development. It gives us a place to all come together and be able to help our community grow. It's basically a one-stop shop.
Love it.
Yes.
And ASU?
Yeah, so we are, we like to say that we're Nora's biggest tenant in the Business Resource Center. So we do our best to help facilitate events like Nora's talking about. The partnership utilizes that space pretty often. So it's a resource hub, right? So if you come in and you visit with us, you're getting small business advice and assistance at no cost. And that's any business, big or small. For us, that's, big business in San Angelo sometimes is misleading because when we think of big business, we think of some of our larger companies here in San Angelo. According to the SBA, their rule of thumb is 500 or fewer. So there's a lot of folks that we can help on the small business side that meet those dynamics. And then there are a lot of things that we do to push information and resources out from the Development Corporation. So where we maybe can't assist in some of the financing and incentives to help a small business grow, because we don't actually fund anything, that's where we resort to partnering with the City Development Corporation to kind of say, hey, here's some opportunities to grow your business right here in San Angelo.
Awesome. So when you talk about the services that you offer, so if I have a great business idea, what do I need to have prepared before I come in and speak to you and then you transfer me over to Nora? Like, well, what does it take to get a business lifted?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. And I think a lot of it depends on your personal situation, right? So I don't ever want anybody to feel like they have to have a full business plan before they come see us, right? I think the best way to ease into it is through our training. So we do a lot of partnership events. We're actually hosting one very soon, the Business Brown Bag. That's something we do every month. We do basic startup classes. So if you're in the startup phase, that's a great opportunity to kind of, like you said, get your toes wet, kind of get an idea of what you need to get started. Because it's all based on the entrepreneur themselves, right? What is your skill set? Where are you at in the development phase? And then it's our job as business advisors to meet people where they're at. So you may come to us and say, I have no idea where to start, but this is my passion and this is what I want to do, and we're going to help you from there. Or you may come to us and say, hey, I've been in business for 10 years and we're stagnant and we need some opportunity for growth. Where do we go from here? And so depending on where that business is, we're helping on the startup side. The Development Corporation is really focused on those existing businesses and how they can take the next step. And that's why we host in partnership the business plan competition.
I love that. So let's talk a little bit about that. So this is really more geared towards people that have already taken these first initial steps and have a business established, right? Okay, so why would somebody want to participate in this business plan competition?
Well, one, you work with SBDC, and if you are actually growing your business and it's going to expand to the next level, why not? You know, this is an opportunity to, one, get your business plan in place, because a lot of people don't like working on a business plan because it takes a lot of time. But with SBDC, their help, they can help them through that process. And the prize money.
Yeah.
You know, first place is $50,000.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not something that
not a little bit.
It's not a little bit. It's going to really help someone advance their business.
Yeah.
And second place is $30,000, and third place is $20,000. So any amount of money can definitely help a business move forward.
Well, before we dive into that more, you guys have a video put together that I want to share that kind of gives some high-level overview, and we'll have some more questions so we can dive into it a little bit deeper.
Yes.
The San Angelo Business Plan Competition is an opportunity for business owners to develop viable plans for expansion in San Angelo. By competing for cash and in-kind prizes, participants not only have a chance to walk away with funds, but everyone who enters will receive valuable knowledge through working with our certified business advisors. Enter the competition with your 2-page business overview. Finalists will be selected to present their business plan and compete for a chance to win the grant prize funds, as well as additional in-kind services. All existing businesses are encouraged to apply. Why enter? Potential funds for your business, plus a business plan created with the assistance of certified business advisors. Help grow and
So let's talk a little bit more about that. So, prize money. Has it always been this big of an amount of winning? So talk a little bit about that.
So last year's the grand prize was actually, the total was $70,000. And the board felt that, the Development Corporation Board felt that it's time to increase that money. And so thankfully we bumped it up to $100,000. So it's going to be, I think this year it's really going to impact someone. And the hard work that goes into it will definitely help those companies. And the beauty of it is that we know we have a few already that have submitted their business overviews. So I'm hoping that the entries will be even more than last year.
Than what they have been in the past. Okay. So we talked a little bit about how this is really geared toward business owners that already have something established. Is a requirement of participating in this competition that they've already met with one of you guys before?
So that's a great question. So it is not a requirement, but I highly recommend it. So we work with the businesses that are in the competition. We will help you with the overview. That's the original application. And it's a snapshot of your business plan, right? So who are you? What are you doing? How do you sell your goods and services? And what will this prize money do for your business to grow it? What are your expansion plans? And so it's a great opportunity to visit with us before. It's not the judging panel is completely outside of the business advisors, so they're not necessarily engaged in the judging process, which is what allows us to help people submit their business plan. And I think it's really important to know too that because like Nora said, we have a lot of people that participate, and so you may be thinking like, well, what about helping and giving my secrets? You may think of something like that. But the reality is everybody's business plan is different, and so as advisors, we're just helping you to submit your best foot forward, your best version of your business plan, because we know what the judges are looking for. We know what kind of things that the judges are evaluating to say, is this company going to make it moving forward? Are they going to be good stewards of these funds? And what is the impact that it's going to have? And so we help businesses outline that so they have a stronger proposal, because round one is the first cut, and that's where we get our finalists. So you have to have a really strong overview to be selected as one of those 6 finalists that's going to go on to write the full business plan.
How many rounds would one expect going through this competition?
Just two.
Yep, so it's 2 phases. They do the first phase is the original entry, which is the business overview. That's that knockout punch that you need to get to phase 2. Phase 2 is where we do require that they meet with a business advisor at least once to fully understand our service, so we can be a value add. If they choose not to work with us, that's fine. That's usually not the case, because when you're a busy business owner, you need all the help you can get to get that plan submitted in less than 2 months. So you're turning around a full business plan with financial projections to be able to submit that to the judging panel, and then at that point they review the plans and they present a live business pitch to the panel. And from there, we select our winners.
So let's talk about, go ahead, Nora.
So I think what's good is the fact working with SBDC, and you're busy doing your business, getting that free help and bouncing those ideas with them, you're able to concentrate and think, oh, I didn't realize that I also needed that. Or, you know, it's easier for them to do their job, but not to actually put it down on paper.
Absolutely. Yeah. What is the incentive for someone? So it's not really the incentive, but what could you expect? I'm going to go through all of this work. I'm going to put pen to paper. We are asking for time commitment, regardless of whether or not you make it past this first round. And even if you do make it past the first round and you don't win, what does post-competition look like for those that may not win? What do you leave with?
Well, based on our experience this is our 9th year. So the past 8 years, it's always been different. But one of the experiences is that some walk away saying, I enjoyed every bit of it. I learned more about myself as a business owner. I learned more about what I need to do more about my business. Or now I have that final business plan done. So I think it's a plus for everybody.
It's definitely a value add to the business just to take the time and sit down and do it. Because a lot of times these expansion plans come with additional questions. So that's kind of what Nora was mentioning. We're there as business advisors where we can say, okay, here's some things that you need to be successful in the competition, but here's some things and challenges that you may need to be aware of just because of our experience as business advisors, helping people through those growth opportunities and the challenges that they're going to face in cash flow, marketing, and HR management. Yeah. And then another thing that I really appreciate about the competition is that, and even in the competition, many of our clients that are doing this need more than $50,000. You know, it's a great drop in the bucket, but if you're doing a large expansion, you may need additional capital. And so one of the beautiful things about the competition process is it forces the business owner to that time restraint to say, hey, let's get this nailed out. And then we can support them from there in a loan proposal, right? So we can convert that to a loan proposal. They can take that to a lender to try to seek additional financing. So they're really prepared for that next step because so many of the businesses that compete, they're not relying on the competition. They're using it to their benefit, but they're going to move forward with their business expansion.
And they need much more.
Yeah.
Can we talk about some of our past winners? Like, what have you guys seen happen, you know, with some of the winners that have come out of this competition?
The first one that always comes to mind is Cowboy Hot Chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
So when they moved, they realized how their business was increasing. And so the equipment that they needed, they realized, okay, we need more equipment. And so that's what they used the money for, was to purchase additional equipment, and they were able to process even more chocolate.
And Cowboy Hot Chocolate, so this is something that's unique that I don't know if a lot of people realize, but they weren't just servicing or selling their chocolates to San Angelo, right? So how were you guys able to help them scale on a national, you know, in a national way?
Yeah. You don't really think about it. You just think, oh, I go in and I get a sweet treat, a great sweet treat. But yeah, they really are manufacturing, right? They're manufacturing a food product. And so in order to meet that demand, you're right, they're shipping all over the United States. It's funny listening to Charles go through more ice in the summer, of course. But it's really interesting to see how their business has grown and just a little bit of support in the beginning to say, hey, I just need this additional piece of equipment that's going to enhance our production by X amount has resulted in them opening up an additional store in another community. So they're well on their way to producing even more.
Yeah, all with the help of you guys. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about registering. When is the deadline to sign up for this competition?
August 1st.
August 1st.
Entry
5 p.m.
5 p.m., that's right. And you need to submit online your 2-page business overview and your entry form.
2-page business overview. So if we needed help walking through that 2-page business overview, could we get help with that as well?
Yes, of course. So call early, call now, because everybody's asking for help, right? So we're here to support you. We ask that you let us help you. Get a rough draft going, come in, sit down, talk about it, email it to us, visit with an SBDC advisor to help you fine-tune that process before August 1st.
Love it. So there's help every step of the way, but time is running out. For more information and updates, you guys are all over social.
Yes.
And we can find you guys, San Angelo Economic Development Department, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of the things, right? Okay. Okay, so August 1st, thank you guys for coming back and talking more about it. Super excited to see what this competition pans out this year.
Thanks.
Thank you. See you guys next time.